Hey there, welcome to Carmagazine TV. I'm your host, Michael St. Just. Right now, we're inside the 2016 Lincoln MKZ. Even though we can go and do an entire review on this car, and judging that you've probably seen the title of this video, the 2016 Lincoln MKZ isn't the car we'll be reviewing in today's video. Today, we decided to go out and do a full review on what's notably one of the most beautiful cars on the planet. Whether you agree with us or not, this car is one that no matter where you go, even here in car happy Los Angeles, it's almost guaranteed to turn heads and attract, well, everyone. That car is the Fisker Karma. Built by Fisker Automotive, now Karma Automotive, was the company who brought this car to life in record time. But enough about that. Let's get into it. The exterior of the Fisker Karma is just a beautifully sculpted work of art. Designed by Henrik Fisker, the Karma was made to stand out in not just one area, but all areas. Henrik is famously known for designing 007's BMW Z8, along with Aston Martin's DB9 and V8 Vantage. So yeah, back to the Karma. The Karma is just beautifully designed and truly is just stunning to look at. It's painted in something Karma Automotive calls diamond dust paint, which is kinda just fancy for saying glass infused paint. In the rear, specifically the trunk, there isn't a whole ton of space, coming in at around 6.9 cubic feet, which is enough for some golf clubs and maybe a suitcase or two. One of the biggest faults of the Fisker Karma was the spacing on the body panels, which was one of the many issues Karma Automotive is looking to fix with the upcoming 2016 models. One of the biggest features about the Karma is its solar roof. Literally, it's huge. The solar roof doesn't add much charge to the Karma's battery, but it'll keep the car cool and power all the interior electronics. And continuing the techie feel, designed into the headlights are these circuit board lines that run through the entire design of the car, which is a nice touch. Although the Karma has its faults, it still screams luxury, which brings us to the second part of our review. The interior of the Fisker Karma is one of the most luxurious interiors of any American car, or any car in general. It's one of the few cars in the world where you'll find little to no plastic throughout the interior, and it comes in 3 luxurious and eco-friendly choices: Eco Standard, Sport, or Chic, topping the Karma off at $115 grand. The Standard and Sport models carry leather sourced from happy cows along with eco-suede materials, while the Chic model features 100% soy-based biofiber created from recycled post-consumer materials. Moving on, the infotainment system is okay, and we will admit, it needs a bit of work. The Karma features drive, neutral, park, and reverse in this beautiful pyramid cluster of buttons. The Karma itself doesn't have a whole ton of buttons. Everything in the Karma is either digital or electronically actuated, from the start and stop button to the trunk, fuel cover, and parking brake. Speaking of buttons, on the left side of the steering wheel, you have your volume controls, fan speed, your phone, and voice assist, while to the right is your mute button and cruise control. Now we're going to talk about a section of the Karma's interior which is equally as interesting as its forward counterpart, and that's the rear. In the rear you have 2 seats separated by a center console which features rear window controls, seat heaters, and 2 ports. The one to the left features a USB outlet as the one to the right features a DC outlet. Just like the front doors, the rear doors also open at the literal top of the button. Moving back from the rear, which features a single subwoofer, rear lighting, and a plush suede headliner that takes us to the front of the vehicle, which features some bright frontal dome lights. The interior of the Karma with its 8-speaker surround sound system, which sounds amazing by the way, still ends up being one of the most luxurious interiors of its class, all leading up to an amazing experience, which brings us to our third and final part of our review. The drive experience of the Fisker Karma is, well, special, and probably one of the best driving experiences you'll find anywhere for so many reasons. We decided to test out the Karma across the roads and terrain, only miles from our headquarters here in the car happy city of Angels, otherwise known as Los Angeles. The Karma has an extremely quiet interior that's accompanied by an extremely smooth ride, although that's expected with a 4-wheel independent suspension system and custom Goodyear Eagle F1 tires designed specifically for the Fisker Karma. These tires are also accompanied by 22-inch alloy wheels, some of the largest in the industry. The overall experience of driving a Karma, even here in Los Angeles, is amazing because everywhere you go, it seems to start conversations and attract tons of attention. More towards the physical side of the driving experience, the Karma is very comfortable to drive, and although its high-class luxury, its exotic styling, and its power and performance, we would still recommend it as an everyday driver. Speaking of power and performance, the Karma, believe it or not, has a very powerful drivetrain. The The Karma comes with an available 403 horsepower, along with 959 pound-feet of torque, which is only 150 pound-feet of torque below the Bugatti Veyron. The Karma also comes with an advanced aluminum body space frame. Although the Karma, just based on the specs alone so far, sounds as though it should have supercar speeds, but with the 0 to 60 time of 7.9 seconds in stealth mode and 5.9 seconds in sport mode, which are two driving modes we'll be talking about in a little bit, the Karma seems to be almost the opposite. Overall, the Karma isn't super fast, coming in at around 5,300 pounds, nearly the equivalent weight of a Chevrolet Tahoe. But surprisingly, it actually isn't that slow either. The main reason for the Karma's weight is actually the EV-ER, or more popularly known plug-in hybrid powertrain. With a direct injected turbocharged GM-sourced 4-cylinder engine and a 20 kilowatt lithium-ion battery, the Karma has a 50-mile EV range and also gets 20 miles to the gallon, adding up to a total range of around 250 miles. One part of the plug-in hybrid powertrain that gives the Karma its weight is the battery pack, which also is the reason for that luxurious center console in the interior of the Karma. The weight of the battery pack could be a negative, but Fisker, now Karma Automotive, actually used the battery's weight to the Karma's advantage, giving the vehicle some amazing handling. Because the Karma is so low to the ground, along with its extremely heavy battery pack, which gives the Karma a great center of gravity, and although its performance shines mostly on the straight roads and highways, the hills and mountains are where the Karma's handling really shines. The Karma's driving characteristics are not like a BMW or a Porsche's sharpness, where you get a sense of the tactility of the road coming through the steering wheel. Though because of the weight, because of the size of the wheels, and because of the center of gravity, the Karma is very precise and very accurate, and it gives this vehicle the feeling of having sharp, dynamic handling. Brakes also play a huge part in the Karma's handling dynamics. Aside from the Goodyear Eagle F1 tires that we mentioned earlier, the Karma also features Brembo monoblock calipers with massive directionally ventilated rotors, an anti-lock braking system, stability control, brake assist, and traction control, which helps exceedingly on wet pavement or in snow. One of the most significant features of the Karma is actually a feature called regenerative braking. The braking regen feature not only slows down the car to a near stop without the use of the brakes, but it also charges the car with the electricity created from the friction in the brakes. Although this feature is always on, you can take full advantage of not only the regen braking system, but also the entire plug-in hybrid powertrain, which brings us back to the two driving modes we mentioned earlier. The first is Sport Mode, which activates the gas-powered range extender, and the second is Hill or Stealth Mode, which will activate the car's electric motors, allowing the Karma to use 100% electricity when driving. In regards to putting the vehicle in electric, and because this car is an electric vehicle, the Karma only has a single-speed automatic transmission, basically meaning it only has one gear. As displayed on the dash of the Karma, which by the way is a beautiful combination of classic and modern design, with its metal components and its display screens, shows a lot of details about the Karma, such as its braking regen, electric and gas modes, and how far you'll be able to go. To the far left of the dash, you have your speedometer with an orange icon in the center to let you know when you're in park, drive, neutral, or reverse. In the center of the dash, there are three display screens. On the top, you have your compass, door indicator, and your outside temperature. In the middle, you have your battery range and your total combined range. And at the bottom, you have your warning indicators. To the far right of the dash, you have your generate and accelerate indicators, showing how much charge you're either creating or losing with the braking regen system, along with your gas and battery indicators as well. Although there are many components and features in the dash to focus on, they in no way take away from or diminish the fun and relaxing experience of driving the Fisker Karma. It's extremely smooth driving the Karma in any environment, although if you hit a pothole, you'll definitely feel it, so we don't suggest doing any off-roading with it. We've tested many cars in the past, all of which were amazing vehicles, including the Tesla Model S. But there's something special about driving a Karma. It's the feeling of importance, style, class, exclusivity. It's that I can take on anything feeling. A feeling that truly you can only get driving a Karma. The Karma overall, from the interior to the exterior, and from its technology to its power, handling, and its drivetrain, even with its faults, is still an extraordinary vehicle. With all the vehicles the automotive market has put out there, there's truly nothing out there like it. Fisker Automotive, now Karma Automotive, plans to reintroduce an updated version of the Karma later in 2016, which will be rebranded as the Karma Revero. But for now, we have the Fisker Karma. And if this is a glimpse into the future of Karma Automotive and a peek into the future of driving, then count us in, because we love it.